Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I suck at Vlogmas, okay? I suck at Vlogmas. I tried to do Vlogmas last year, it didn't work out. I'm not saying that this year is not gonna work out, but just to be honest with you guys, I would love to be able to sit down and film 2-hour long story times, because trust me, I can rant and I have the stories. But unless I had started doing my story times and like pre-filming last month, it's kind of impossible with my schedule, and I hate that. I felt like I should have made a better schedule for myself, but with all the changes that have been happening like in the past like 2 months, I'm just like, my head is like, and I haven't been able to just organize everything, because right now I'm just like moving like very diligently and just going with the flow. But definitely a New Year's resolution is to now like include YouTube into my daily schedule, and make sure that I have time to give you guys this content, because I feel so bad. But nevertheless, before we get started on our story time today, I got some stuff I need to get done before I go out later. I don't have any makeup on right now. I just could not bother. I really couldn't. Like, I'm just like, I'm not doing my makeup twice. I already had a very exhausting night. Like last night I was supposed to do so much and my body just collapsed. So I'm trying to take it easy on myself. And y'all know my birthday's coming up, right? And if y'all are like me, then y'all know when it's right before your birthday, everything is not done. Nails not done, because you don't want to do your nails because you're waiting to do your nails for your birthday. Hair not done, waiting to do your hair for your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Eyebrows bushy, you feel me? Nubs, you feel me? Hairy legs, hairy underarms, hairy pooms, all that. Like, that's why I hate right before my birthday, even though I love it because I'm just so excited it's about to be my birthday. But then it's like, I'm not put together because I'm trying to wait, you feel me? Like, so I'm just in that like real awkward moment right now, and I've been so kind of like overwhelmed, y'all. Like, y'all, just a little rant before I get started. I know as a fashion designer, you guys can give me your thoughts and opinions on this, right? So as a fashion designer, I understand, I get it. Like, I'm supposed to be putting out my work for promo, sending my work out for free to people who have audiences and can get me a market of people to shop. But it's like, I've never liked the aspect of promo marketing, because I make everything by hand. Everything is made by hand. And for everybody who's ordered this past couple of like days to like week, your order is shipping out tomorrow. Yes, I'm gonna finish all the orders by today. But nevertheless, it's kind of like, it's what I'm trying to say. I don't like the idea of having to just hand my work out for free. I don't like it, because I invest in the materials and I invest my time into the design, right? So I don't like putting my work out for free. Second, when you're dealing with these influencers or these celebrities or whatever, they are very entitled, very snobby, very uncouth. Like, you'll see these people online and you'll admire them and the content that they bring, and then you'll meet them in person, or you'll meet them virtually to work with them, and their attitude is disgusting. And it's like, you don't even want to work with them anymore, and nevertheless give them something for free. So that's what's kind of happening to me right now. I had this influencer, and I'm not gonna dox her. Like, I'm not gonna put her name out there unless things go wrong, things go left. Right now things are a little but they haven't gone left, and I would rather just end off amicably. I was basically saying, like, you know, I already sent her stuff, but I didn't like the process of the situation. I'll give y'all story time on that. And I just felt like the influencer just seems like, that's why I like YouTubers. Like, I'm drifting off, but YouTubers, you get to see people's personality, even though you don't get 100% know them. But being able to sit down and listen to somebody, how they speak, how they, you know what I'm saying, you kind of know a little bit about them. People that just post pictures, they be a whole different like demon. Like, nothing like what they post. But nevertheless, I've been fiending to work with her, so it's my fault. I finally, you know when you ask God for something and you want it so bad and then give it to y'all and it trash? Yeah. So I finally got to work with her, and I felt like she kind of just used me in a way, and it is what it is. I feel like I just got to do a story time on it. But nevertheless, I don't want to send, I would rather my website and my work grow on its own than to be sending my work out to people that just don't value me, don't appreciate me, and me putting my time and energy. Like, I literally just put the past 2 weeks into making 4 different outfits for this influencer, and with my own money, my shipping back and forth, this, that, and the third. And I felt like at some point it made me feel like she was not respecting me at all. Like, she was calling me at all type of hours of the night. She never greeted me. It was just like, it was just kind of like like a seamstress that she put to work kind of thing. And I was just, I wasn't jacking it. So after I sent off the stuff to her, I kind of just digressed. But I've never had good experiences with people wearing my stuff for free. I feel like once people wear your stuff for free, as you can see in most of my story times, they don't value your work. They don't value the work you do. You know, it's just, I'm not doing it no more. That was my last go around. Maybe when my brand goes really big and I actually have a team who works with that type of situation, then cool. But as of right now, while I'm hand sewing and hand making everything, I'm not gonna give none of y'all ungrateful picture taking, Instagram posting, content stealing, non-paying for garment wearing, capping ass influencers with a bad attitude. I'm not doing it no more. But y'all tell me how y'all feel, because I really want my work to get out there, but I just don't want to be used and abused. But nevertheless, let's get into the story time. So happy Vlogmas. All right, today we getting into another story time. And remember, I was giving y'all the package deal on all my high school friends and how we fell out. So I started off with Mobe. Y'all seen that story time. I actually started off with Goldie. Y'all seen that story time. So we got Mobe and Goldie. I did Cairo. Boom. And Dejanay and Isis, I'm going to do them simultaneously. I'm going to put them in one video because each of their stories are really not that long. Or I really just don't remember every single detail to really rant because it didn't really affect me that badly like the other story times. So I'm going to just combine them and you guys will tell me your point of view like you guys always do. I love reading your point of views. Y'all be having me cackling in the comments because I'll be like, my tribe. My tribe. Yeah, I look like a naked mole rat with no lashes. And I was thinking like, damn, should I get some like freaking individuals for my birthday? But y'all, I like to wash my face. Like, I'm talking about like not just regular wash your face. Like, I like to like go into the crevices of my eyes, my nostrils. Like, I really like to wash my face. I don't even keep makeup on my face for too long. So I remember last time I did lashes individuals, I went to Jamaica. Literally my first day, my eye was crusting. I had white crust, yellow crust here and there. I couldn't wash my face. Every time I put water on my face, my lashes would fall off. I can't do them things now. I can't do them things. Especially my eyes are sensitive. People with sensitive skin like me, sensitive eyes, like I literally use like a lot of non-scented stuff because everything is just sensitive. But nevertheless, I'm ranting. Let's get into the story time. Okay, you guys. So you guys, the story with these two motherfucking hoes starts like this. And you guys know when I say the story starts off like this, y'all know it's finna be what? It's finna be what? Why am I doing that? This threat in my flow. It's finna be motherfucking juicy. It's finna be motherfucking juicy. Okay. Okay. Squish squish. Juice. All right, let me stop. It's gonna be juicy, y'all, right? So let's get into it. And I would like y'all to really give me y'all point of views and how y'all would have dealt with each of these situations individually down in the comments, and let me know how y'all feel about what happened overall with these people. So I'm gonna start off with Dejanay, because her and I situation happened first. So for you guys who remember the story from Mobay, right? Y'all know that Dejanay and Mobay were cousins, right? But me and Dejanay had our own separate friendship, just like me and Mobay did. So me and Dejanay more connected on a fashion tip because she was like one of the most fashion girlies in my friend group. So y'all know I used to read 17 magazine a lot. I used to love 17 magazine to the point where I even went to their headquarters trying to win some type of like internship or competition thing. I don't remember, but I had their subscription. I was obsessed with them. So I used to always get those magazines, and you know how they used to have like, you know, brands being promoted in the magazines, and they would have like these dope outfits. So that's how I would shop when I was in high school, because you know we didn't really have the internet like we do now. Like, not saying that it was ice age if we didn't have the internet, but it wasn't like brands were on social media marketing and stuff like that. It was either you were shopping in stores, you know what I'm saying, like it wasn't like how it is now. So when you found like stuff in the catalogs to buy, you could literally fill out the paper in a catalog, mail it in with your like check money order or even cash, and then they'll send you the product. So there was this jacket that me and, well, I liked the jacket first. It was my magazine. I used to bring the magazine to school to show my friends. So Dejanay used to like stuff from the magazine, so me and her saw the jacket and we both liked it, and we both said that we were going to order it, and which we did. So like before I even get this story started, all this stuff is really stupid, really childish, super freaking childish. The fact that I even, when y'all hear the story and y'all think about how they dragged it to the baby shower where they didn't even want to let me in the baby shower, y'all gonna be like, over this? So we both ordered a jacket. Dejanay, on the other hand, she had a half sister. So when I say half sister, basically, you know, they shared the same dad, but they didn't share the same mom. But they were very close in age. They were like 2 years apart. But there was some drama behind that little family situation. Basically, like, Dejanay's mother and her younger sisters, her half younger sister mother, they were beefing over the dad. And the beef carried on to the children, which I think is so ghetto. That's why parents got to really be careful what they allow their kids to hear, see, and be a part of. Because why are your teenage daughters who are siblings feuding because the moms are feuding over the father who is cheating on them both? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really bad dynamic to put kids in. But that was the situation. So Dejanay and her half sister, I'm gonna name her, I already named somebody Big Back. I'm gonna name her Gawula Well, because that's what I had called her, Galula Well, or whatever, Gawula Wula. When y'all hear me say Wula Wula Well, talking about her big ass. No offense against big people, but she used to wobble around with the nastiest attitude, and I just could not understand her. But she was a very pretty girl. She was just big. She reminds me of Tokyo from Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna call her Tokyo, not Gawula Wula. That's so stupid. That's so immature for me to sit through the video and refer to her as Gawula Wula. Like, what the hell? Okay, we're gonna call her Tokyo because she looked just like Tokyo. And Tokyo was a very beautiful girl. Like I said, she was a beautiful girl, but she just had a bad attitude, and she was very big for her age too, because we were like 16 and she was like 14, and for 14 she was literally like almost 300 pounds. Like, no cap. Like, it was giving my 600-pound life. Like, as like a kid, like, it was giving that. So like I said, Dejanay and her sister did not have a good relationship. When I met Dejanay, her sister wasn't even a part of her life. You get what I'm saying? Like, I knew of her, Tokyo based on when her and Dejanay used to get into it because their moms were getting into it at the time. You get what I'm saying? So I guess, you know, their father ended up like making them make amends, which I didn't know how he did that, because the way these sisters were coming at each other, like, they were coming at each other very badly. Like, I used to read the, like, arguments and see them argue online and stuff on, like, Facebook at the time. So I'm like, all right, it's a miracle that he got them to kind of, like, get along, but it's also a good thing because sisters shouldn't be feuding like that. But the way they used to dog each other out with sister like that, who needs enemies? And I know sisters quarrel. Like, I have a little sister and me and her done got into it, but it's just like, there's just certain levels you just don't take certain things. I mean, to each his own, because I can't tell nobody how to react to certain stuff, so it is what it is. Nevertheless, they ended up being cool, but it wasn't even for that long. Like, when they ended up being cool, it happened so fast. It was like the father made them make up, and then all of a sudden they were sleeping over each other's house and hanging out. And this was their first time hanging out with each other. It wasn't like they was raised together in childhood or ever was able to see each other. They were always the estranged sisters that the mothers were beefing over the man, and that's it. So when I started seeing, like, her sleeping over and them hanging out, I was happy for them. But it was still like, oh, that was fast. You get what I'm saying? Because I was just like, I thought stuff like that just take time to build after people violated and crossed certain boundaries. But to each his own. So now, me and Dejanay, we both get our jackets, right? So we plan to wear it to school with each other. Mind you, Dejanay's sister Tokyo, she doesn't even go to our school. Like I said, she's 14, so she is on her way to high school. She's not in high school yet. Yeah, if y'all hear music, it's my noisy neighbors. I'm tired of calling 311. It is what it is. 311 don't do shit. They don't do nothing. That's why I can't wait to buy land so I can be surrounded by trees and not people. I like animals. I'm an animal person. I'm not a people person. I want to be surrounded by the wild, because the wild of people is worse than the wild in nature. So now they're all buddy-buddy. They're hanging out. But I realized that before we get into the jacket part, right? We plan to wear the jacket to get to school. But as far as Dejanay and Tokyo's relationship, I realized that Tokyo now, she's like a little bit clinging on to Dejanay. And then, you know when like a little sister is kind of like, oh, well, this is my sister. Like, so I'm her friend, I'm her sister. All of y'all get out of here, whatever. She was on that type of time. It seemed like she was really pressed about being close to Dejanay now, that she started kind of like, she had an attitude problem. I don't know how to explain it. She had an attitude problem. Like, when you would get around her, she would come around. She was one of those people that came and then she would just look at you up and down, size you up immediately with her big gola woola self. And then the whole time you're talking, she's in your mouth. Like, she's in your mouth listening to what you say, so she can have an opportunity to debunk what you're saying or say something slick. She was just a person that, it's a very difficult personality to be around. Not a personality that I would personally want to be around on my own recognizance type of thing. So the only time I was around her was when I would go hang out with Dejanay at her house, and Dejanay would bring her out with us if we're going out and stuff like that. And she was giving those vibes. So now me and Dejanay wear the jacket to school with each other, and we leaving after school. We going to hang out and stuff. We meet up with her sister Tokyo. So we meet up with Tokyo, big old ass, and she's like looking at me up and down, sizing me up. So I'm like, why you looking at me like that? She's like, why you got my sister's coat on? And I'm just like, this is my coat. Obviously your sister has hers on. She's like, yeah, why do you have on the same coat as my sister? Like, that's like trying to say like that's weird, like I'm copying off her sister. I'm looking at her like, girl, first of all, I'm the fashion girly, okay? Been the fashion girly. That's dressed in high school. Turned our uniform in the black community into uptown Upper East Side gossip girl. What is you talking about? Had everybody on trend doing the same thing. First of all, the uniform store was supposed to give me bread because we had a specific uniform store that we went to. I had people going in there to buy uniform skirts and dresses. I should have got some endorsement money. Like, stop playing with the kid. Okay. I'm ODing for some uniform, but whatever. And the uniform was ugly. Our uniform was yellow. No, not yellow. It was brown. It was the brown plaid. So the brown plaid had like yellow, white, khaki, and black stripes. And then you wore khaki pants with like a brown or the striped tie. It was just very ugly. It was not cute in color. Very hard to like match with like different colors and stuff. Because you know, brown don't go good with everything. But nevertheless, she's like coming at me, and I realized Dejanay's not even saying anything. You know, that's your little sister. You could have been like, oh, Tokyo, like, relax, shut up, blah, blah, blah. It's not even that way. Because first of all, like I said, that was my magazine, and I used to bring my magazine subscriptions and show the girlies, and we both had decided on buying the same jacket, but it wasn't nothing deep. As far as that with Dejanay, I never got that vibe from her. Like, first of all, in high school, I wasn't really, like I said, I was a fashion girly, but I wasn't doing anything that was like crazy either. So it wasn't like how it is now, where I have girls like Destiny swapping with me and copying my every move. It wasn't like how it was now, and I never got those vibes from Dejanay. Dejanay was her own person. She had her own sense of fashion style. We just happened to like the same jacket. Hold on a second, y'all. So she giving me bare attitude, right? Talking about, oh, why you got my sister jacket on? You can't find your own style. You can't have your own jacket. It was just kind of like, girl, the last few times you've been seeing me, you obviously know I'm the dressing girl out of this crew. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, your sister be dressing, but not as much as me. Like, calm down. But I just didn't understand where all the plex was coming from. Like, why are you so plexied up right now? Like, it's not that deep. So me and her kind of fake going back and forth about it. Then that's when I think Mobay stepped in, or Cairo. Like, Dejanay never stepped in and got us to stop arguing. But the argument ended there while we were out, because we were all going on our separate ways anyways. It was after school. But when we got home now, and we on social media, right? We on Instagram. That's when Instagram first started. Tell me why Galuga Whale, let me stop, Tokyo, came in my comments like, oh yeah, and I'm not done with you. Don't ever do center parts again because it don't look right on you. Mind you, she was commenting under my picture. My birthday had just passed, and I had did a center part for the first time. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm not a center part girly. There are certain hairstyles that work for certain shapes of faces and heads, and I think that center parts work with people with very oval shaped heads, or like square shaped heads, or like, I don't know. But with me, center parts just never make my face glow and blossom. It always looks crazy on me. But I gave it a try that time, and I looked nice. I was cute. I had a nice little center part. Let me put the picture she commented on, because I could still find that picture. I can go on my Facebook and find it. I'm gonna put it right here. So this is the picture she commented on. I would never forget. I had on that pink dress with a big bow in the back. So custom, because remember, I used to do all my stuff custom even when I was young. I was 16, like looking like this, dressing like this. So now I'm reading the comment that she left under my picture. She's talking about, oh yeah, don't wear center parts because you don't look right. Your face look ugly in the center parts, and you were biting off my sister. I'm not letting that go. She may let you rock with that, but I'm not letting you rock. And you need to worry about going to the clinic and stop worrying about me and all this stuff. And I'm just like, clinic? What's Tia? Y'all, she didn't stop there. Let me tell you what she was talking about and what she ended up putting under my post. A couple of months prior, like I was 16, so like a couple of months prior to that, me and my first ever boyfriend, well, he was my first, I think he was my second boyfriend, but I lost my B card to him, right? And I had a scare. Remember, at that time, you would have to go through your parents to get some type of, like, you know, go to the doctor and get tested and do all that stuff. And I wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't trying to get in trouble. And then my school didn't offer those type of things either. I don't know if y'all ever lived in New York City, or people that live in New York City. There's this place called The Door. It's like this after school program, but it's more so like LGBTQ made for. But we used to go there, and our like friend who was a part of the LGBT, he put us onto that. And every day after school, we used to go there. They used to give us free food. They had dance classes, art classes. It was just like a big center in the city where kids just went to hang out every day. We had IDs. We could put any, that's how we first got our first fake IDs. Because when you went to the door, you gave them your high school ID and they make you an ID, but you could put any birthday on there. So we all put that we were 18. And that's how we were using that to get into certain parties and stuff when we were like 16, right? Well, I don't know how the door is now. We talking like 16, like, you know what I'm saying? We talking like almost 20 years ago. Like, so now I'm like, it's crazy because I look like a 16-year-old right now. I'm looking at my face with no makeup, like, girl, that's the reason why you be getting ID'd at the casino. My mom be talking about, you look like a little kid. Like, when I be in the liquor store, they be asking me for ID. I be like, listen, I is a grown-ass woman. Pay bills and all them things, you see me? Ain't no little girl business over here. Big girl business, big business, okay? So now a reason I brought up the door is because they had a health clinic in there, and in the health clinic they didn't need to have any parental permission. Like, you were able to get like tested for anything, you know, pregnancy tests, do like abortions, like all type of stuff. It was like a safe place for like the youth to come. Because, you know, a lot of people in the LGBTQ community at that point in time didn't have a lot of support. So a lot of them teenagers and kids who were coming out were on their own. So this is what this place was for. So it's so funny because we actually met, you know, Keanu Reeves, the actor from Matrix and all them other good movies. We met him outside the door one day. Like, he was just smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, he had a Center Park flowing hair. I'm like, that's Keanu Reeves. None of my friends knew who he was. I was the only one who knew who he was because my mom was obsessed with him. She loved him. And I'm like, he's a famous actor. And he was so cool. He was so calm. He let me take a picture with him in my phone. I don't even know where that picture went, where that phone is at to this day. But yeah, I came home, showed my mom, like, guess who I met? He hugged me, took a picture of me. He's so nice. Keanu Reeves, I've only ever heard nice things about him. And when I interacted with him, he's like a blessed heart, like so humble. So when we went there and everybody's in dance class, hanging out, doing all this stuff, I remember asking Dejanay to come with me downstairs to the clinic so I can get a baby test, you know, to see if I'm whatever, because I was scared. Because at that time we didn't have like apps that track your period. I'm kind of mentally tracking my shit. My shit is late. It wasn't even that late. I think I was like 2 days, 3 days late, which is fine. And then it was a fake scare because I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But Dejanay came with me. I trusted her with it because Dejanay was someone who had a few of those scares, and she actually was with child at one point, had an abortion, all that stuff like that. So that's the reason why I trusted her to go with me. I didn't think that she was sharing that information with Tokyo, her sister. Mind you, around the time that me and her even went to the door and did that, you and Tokyo weren't even friends. Like, y'all were basically strangers. Literally, y'all still are strangers. Just because y'all connected by blood from your father's side, y'all don't know each other. Literally. So the fact that you just became friends with your sister after beefing for so long, for so many years, and my personal information came up somehow in y'all conversation is wild crazy to me. Because why does your sister know anything about me, regarding me, anything that's happened with me? Like, that's it's not just weird, it's really messed up. It's really an invasion of privacy. And that's why they always say that if you want to keep something to yourself, do it by yourself. Don't commit no crimes to nobody. Don't do nothing with nobody. If you don't want something out there, just don't put it out there. I should have just went downstairs, put my big girl pants on, said I was going to the bathroom, went downstairs by myself and did that real quick. Because it didn't take but a few minutes to pee in a cup, give it to them, and they give me it didn't take that long. You know what I'm saying? So her sister started mentioning all that stuff in the comments. Mind you, so uncalled for. What confused me the most was I knew her sister was rude, and it wasn't just a me thing. I saw her be rude to other people, and let's be frank, she was rude to Dejanay too. Look how she used to talk to her. And I'm talking about talk nasty to her, like, oh, your mom, pussy all wash up. She need to sit pan bucket with Clorox and like, oh, your mom look like a a gorilla monkey. That's why my father don't want to be with her. And y'all look like a pack of eights. Mind you, she wasn't far from. Y'all look alike. Everybody look alike. Like, so whatever you're calling your half sister, bro, you basically calling yourself. Like, she used to talk about Dejanay's younger sisters, like, who weren't even the same dad. Like, she was remember, they're Jamaican. I don't know if you know they're Jamaican, but very disrespectful Gowulawel. Very disrespectful. You could tell her mom was probably a very disrespectful woman, and she probably just picked up those habits from her. You know how them rude Jamaican women? Yeah, it was given that. I'm taken aback because I don't know, remember, I don't know nothing about Tokyo. I just know that she was feuding with her sister and they used to go back and forth with each other. I don't know anything about her personal life. I don't know nothing about her. Dejanay has never shared anything about her with me. So when she's saying all this stuff to me, I'm taken aback because one, I ain't got no comebacks but to call her Galulawel. And two, she's literally using factual information. And she's not just arguing with me in private, y'all. She's underneath my post on Instagram, saying these things, literally violating me off of what? Because me and your sister have on the same jacket. And I should have known better, because if you can attack your sister the way you do over your father's decisions, what makes you think you was gonna treat me with any more respect or decorum, or, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm calling Dejanay now, and Dejanay's not answering me. So Dejanay's not answering the phone call. So I'm calling Mobay, because you know Mobay's her cousin and they lived in the same house together. So I'm like, why Dejanay not answering me? She don't see me and Tokyo going back and forth on Instagram. And then Mobay's like, oh, stop arguing. Dejanay don't want to be in the middle of it. And I'm just like, all right, you don't want to be in the middle of it. Then why did you tell your sister my personal business?
Hey Harris Dolls, it's Editing Sarah here. But before we even get into that, right? Remember I said Mobay was like telling me stop arguing with big Gula Tokyo ass. But she was also laughing. Like, she was like on the phone cackling. And if y'all know from the last story time about her, how she used to always find everything that I'm going through that's seriously affecting me funny. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she was saying, oh, just stop arguing. But she found it funny. Like, she was like, oh, like, this shit is funny. Like, she was cackling about it. And I don't understand how my personal medical information being exposed on the World Wide Web is so fucking funny. Like, I just didn't understand why these girls did not take my life seriously. Like, if it were happening to them, would you think that was funny? If that was you? I remember even for Mobay's maternity shoot, she didn't even want me to post her maternity shoot. And I had to go back and forth with her, like, girl, it's my work. I really get to post it. I did it for you for free, because she didn't want her business out there. To the point where she was like, okay, well, you could post me, just don't post me and my baby father. And I respected it. I didn't post her and her baby father. I just posted her. But I didn't even get to post it right away. Like, she made me wait until after the baby was born to be able to post the maternity dress. And it was just kind of like, I made it for you for free, and then you're policing how I can put your business out there. But y'all just over here putting my business out, cackling, exposing me, violating my privacy, don't give a fuck how it makes me feel. Like my life is some type of joke, like it's some type of fucking soap opera for entertainment. Like, I don't know. I was just kind of reading, like watching the story while I'm editing, and I'm remembering how I felt and how things actually transpired. You know, when you kind of sit back and think about things that actually happened, and the memories come back, and then now you're just like, you could hear the distaste in my voice. Like, it's irritating me all over again. And not only just with them and their actions, but with me, and just realizing like, damn girl, you used to really subject yourself to that type of treatment. You used to really catch yourself where you are not celebrated, where you're made to be somebody's joke. Like, I don't know. Just don't end up here, y'all. Don't ever end up here. That's why I be telling y'all these story times. Do not end up here. Go where you're celebrated and have clarity. back to the story though.
Yo, when I tell you Dejanay ain't never come to the phone, ain't never text me back. So now, when I ended up seeing her in school, so the argument went off a little bit, then I just blocked the sister. Then when I end up seeing Dejanay in school now, the following couple of days, I go and press her about it, like, yo, how you got your sister spreading my business and talking wild about me under my Instagram over a jacket that I showed you, that I put you on. She come talking about, oh, I don't have anything to say to you. You disrespecting my little sister. You had her crying. She has issues about her weight. She go to therapy about it. She has depression about it. And you just sitting here calling her all type of fats and this and that. So I'm not fucking with you no more. And I'm just looking at her like, what you wanted me to do? You wanted me just, I didn't pick the argument with your sister. Your sister picked the argument with me. You want me to just let her just come at me? Oh, well, you know, she's only 14 years old. We're older than her. Girl, I'm only 2 years older than her. I don't take abuse well, too. I hate when people do that. I hate when people try to diminish what you're feeling. You think I didn't feel a way about you exposing my personal information online as much as she feel a way about being called fat? Like, let's really talk about it. I was never in her business to begin with. She was in mine, okay? So you need to check your little sister. Like, it was giving that. Don't check me, check her. But Dejanay was checking me. So now me and Dejanay started getting into it. And me and Dejanay's argument was bad. Because I can't remember who started hitting low blows first. But we were hitting low blows. But the argument ended with me hitting the worst of the low blow. I think I mentioned something about her mom and their living condition and situation. And that must have hit the nail in the coffin, because after I said that comment, Dejanay blocked me and never spoke to me again. I had no plans on speaking to her again either. I didn't give a fuck. Like, because in the day, I still felt violated by her. And it was like, yeah, it probably was wrong that I said whatever I had said that comment, because I'm not even going to repeat what I said here. But I was younger and I was hurt. And like I said, I felt like I was just being attacked, and then Dejanay was just letting it happen. And then you shared my business with your sister and allowed her to put that online. And y'all gotta understand, bro, when I came home to see that Instagram comment, it had been up for a little minute, because me and her were never arguing on Instagram. So I didn't know she was gonna take that little thing that we had to IG. So you just having people just, you know what I'm saying, reading that about me, and then my dumb ass wasn't even deleting it. I'm arguing with her under the shit. She's saying more, every time she's saying stuff, she's saying more stuff about it. And then like I said, I had a scare, but leave it up to Tokyo. She was making it seem like what she was putting in the comments is that I didn't have a scare, that I had the situation and I went and aborted it. And I was just like, why would you even put that false misinformation out there about me? It was just, it was so distasteful, and it pissed me clean off. That's why I came at Dejanay like that. I'm not even gonna make no excuses. I came at her like that because she had me fucked up. Okay, baby, she had me fucked up. So that's basically how I felt. That's basically how I felt about it. Something that I didn't even want to share with my mom. Something I was scared to share with my mom, which was the person I should have went to. I didn't even want to share with the rest of my friends. I didn't even share with my boyfriend at the time. Was now on the internet for everybody to see from someone I never shared it to. So I felt like that was violation in itself. So however I decided to react to Dejanay, girl, you deserved it, because you were out of line and you didn't apologize for it. You basically stood on it, and then you kept defending your sister. So yeah, eat that. So that was me and Dejanay's beef. We never spoke after that again. The next time I ever seen her was literally like almost 15 years later at Mobay's baby shower, when she came out, when they didn't want to let me come to the baby shower. And then when I came to give the gift, and then she came out, I guess to get a sneak peek at me, or I ain't see her in person ever since then. Like, that was kind of like senior year of high school and stuff like that anyway. So that was me and Dejanay's situation. Like I said, it was a very petty and stupid situation, and it should have never even went that far. It was literally a case of like a whole bunch of immaturity all around, from me, from her sister. And that's why having, like, you have to nurture people not to have a certain level of ignorance, because it can literally change the dynamic of life, of situations, off of just one person's ignorant and everybody else just pride and ego following behind that. because me and Dejanay had a very good friendship before that. We never had any issues. I don't know if she ever had any issues with me personally, but me personally, I never had no issues with her, no red flags or anything. But that was our story. That's how it ended off. Would we ever be friends again? Of course, absolutely not. The girl obviously hates my guts. And why would I ever want to talk to somebody who could be so careless with my life like that and my personal information? So whatever. And then last I heard, her and her sister, sometimes they talk, sometimes they don't talk. They still be quarreling, but that's obvious with somebody like Tokyo Big Ass who has such a bad attitude. And being big is not an excuse of being mean. Like, everybody's not mean to you because you're big. So calm down. Calmate. So y'all, let's run through the story time about Isis. Leave y'all point of views about Dejanay down below in the comments, period, point blank. Let's get into Isis. So the story with Isis starts off like this. Like I told y'all, Isis did not go to the same school as me, Cairo, Mobe, and Dejanay. She went to junior high school with them, and then I met them in high school, but she still remained friends with them. So when we were out of school, Isis would be a part of our clique. She would be outside with us. Isis, as a person, was a very blunt person. She's one of the first people I met that was so blunt, very comfortable in her own skin. Very beautiful girl, too. And she reminds me of Cardi B. Like, you see how blunt and outspoken Cardi B is? That's what Isis reminds me of. Me and Isis, or Isis and I, never had any specific quarrels until this final quarrel. And the reason why is because I never was fond of Isis and her bluntness. Like, I know how to deal with blunt people now, but back then I just thought Isis was a out loud mean girl. You know what I'm saying? I respect blunt people now. Back then I didn't really want to frequent or posse up with them too much. I don't know, what am I trying to say? Sometimes I be trying to speak English and something else, y'all. Like, don't mind me. Y'all should see how I speak to my mom. It'd be like a whole bunch of English and Creole and English all in one, and she always understands everything I'm saying. These pants are for her. She always got me hemming something for her. Like, I'm the hem goddess, because she's so short. My mom's like 4'11" or something like that, so all her pants be long. But nevertheless, so I never played Isis close. And one time Isis did some weird shit. Like, I felt like Isis was always consumed in my dating life for some reason, because she was friends with this guy, right? This guy that she was obsessed with, but he liked Mobe. That's a story for another day. Isis was obsessed with this guy, and she used to call him brother because he used to treat her like always friend zone her, but he was obsessed with Mobe. So I always felt like he would be the wedge between her and Mobe, but none of them ever. He ended up having a baby with some nice girl, whatever. Very cute, very cute man. I think everybody had a crush on his ass. But nevertheless, he was best friends with my boyfriend that I had the scare with at the time. And then, you know, as we got older, Isis still maintained like her friendship with him and them and stuff like that. And she used to always try to play like matchmaker for me and that ex-boyfriend. And I hated his guts because, y'all, long story short, he came to me and my mom about a sob story about his mom kicking him out. Mind you, he was older than me. I was 16, he was 18, so he was legal at the time. And how he didn't have anything, so every day he would come and pick up money from my mom. My mom would give him money to eat and travel around and stuff like that. He would come to my house and pick up money. And I just felt like when I found out that his situation wasn't what he said it was, I felt like he was using my mom for her generosity. And I clipped that. You know what I'm saying? I clipped it. So the fact that she would always try to like get me and him back together, I don't know if it was his idea or what, but she used to always push it, and I used to always tell her to chill, and she didn't know how to mind her business and chill. So I never used to like her. So those were certain things that she used to do that I was not fond of, right? So I never played Isis close, meaning Isis and me never had personal conversations. We only hung out when we were with everybody else type shit, right? So this is why she crossed the line and she was out of line. Isis and Goldie had much more of a relationship than me and Isis did. And me and Goldie met Isis around the same time. Literally at the same time. Me and Isis just never clicked like that. Like I said, I did not like blunt people, and I don't know what her issue was with me. She never told me. Or we never got that far. So y'all know, like back then, you know, when I first started sewing and stuff. So I would never forget. I was home and then Isis hit me up one day. Mind you, not even by phone, on Instagram, because we didn't even have each other's number. That's how not close we were. So she hit me up on Instagram like, hey girl, like I got a package from Fashion Nova. I got a couple of stuff, and Mobe mom told me that you be fixing clothes for her. Can you fix some of these outfits for me? So remember I told y'all Mobe mom, me and her was kind of cool, whatever. And then I used to like give her stuff, fix stuff for her. Like we had that connection, whatever. So I think, yeah, I did tell Isis, yeah. I was like, yeah, let me see what you want to do and I'll do it for you, right? So she was like, oh, I'll come drop it off at your house today. So I was like, all right, come drop it off. So she came to my house to drop off the outfit and she tried it on. But the stuff that she was asking for, it wasn't no little hem, whatever. It was literally, she bought me a whole bunch of stuff that did not fit her. She's a bigger girl. She's not as big as Tokyo Ghoul well ass, but she is still a bigger girl. Big breasts, all that stuff. So the little tops and all that stuff she bought just didn't fit her. So I'm just asking her, like, what is it that you want me to do? Like, it's not like the clothes are too big, they're too small. So she's like, oh no, Mobe mom told me that she had some pants that were like too small and you fix it for her. Yeah, I added fabric to it, but like that's a whole different ball game. That's not alterations. And like, if you want me to add fabric into these outfits for you, you're gonna have to pay me, type shit, right? So y'all, this is fast forward from high school, obviously, because I'm sewing now, right? So this is a couple of years later. Not too long after high school, maybe 4 years after high school. So I'm still not talking to Dejanay, but I still kept in conversation with Goldie. Like I said, Isis, I would just see her from time to time if I'm with Mobe or whatever. So she left the stuff and said she had to go, but I never got started on the stuff because my mom told her she needs to pay me, which means she needs to give me a deposit. So I text her like, girl, you left this stuff here, you know you're gonna have to pay me, give me a deposit to do this. She's like, oh, just work on it and then I'll give you the money after. How much are you even charging? Like, she obviously looked like somebody who did not want to pay for the service that she was asking of me. Like I said, I already wasn't fond of Isis, so I was not gonna let her cut no corners with me. I usually let people cut corners that I like and appreciate and actually pours into my life, but Isis, you wasn't gonna get none of that from me. So when I realized that I'm basically begging you to pay for what you need done, you know what I'm saying? And she's talking about, oh, she's going to Miami, so she needed done this time, she needed done ASAP. Isis is the same one I told you that ended up when Mobe was going to Aruba for her birthday and was talking about, I can't come on a trip, like, and they really didn't let me come. That was her, yeah. So nevertheless, she was going to Miami, whatever. So when she basically was dubbing me about the money, I just left the stuff right there. I just didn't do them. So now when she finally hit me back up now, asking me if I altered the outfits, I was like, no, girl, I'm not altering it until you give me a deposit. Like, I don't even think I was asking her for that much. I think I was gonna alter everything for her. I think she had like a package of stuff, maybe like 5 or 6 stuff, and I had told her give me like $50 to add fabric to all of them. That's not easy job, to find the fabric that matches, add it, rebuild the outfit, make sure it fits you. You were better off just ordering another top at that point. But I told her, just give me 25, I'll fix everything for you, and then when you pick it up, give me another 25. But she wasn't trying to do that. How are you going to Miami and you can't pay me $25, $50 to fix all these outfits for you? Like, I'm not understanding. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. People don't like to support you, they like to use and abuse you. So I got OCD, y'all. Every piece of thread I find, I'm just so now yeah, so she basically, So now she started getting upset, like, oh, you had my outfit for like a week now. You could have still worked on it. I could have gave you the money after. You sitting there up your boyfriend's ass. Mind you, we're not talking about the boyfriend that she kept trying to hook me back up with. This is my new boyfriend now. Mind you, I told you, I never used to talk to her about none of my personal stuff, but I did used to talk to Mobe about my personal life a lot. Mobe was like my diary. The worst thing I could have ever done was made Mobe my diary, because obviously we end up realizing that Mobe never really liked me and she was cackling all my business with the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Like many of y'all assumed in the comments, I'm pretty sure that's what was happening too. But the fact that she was bringing up my boyfriend and talking about, oh, I was up his ass, it was just kind of like, Mobe would be the only one to tell her that, because Mobe used to say stuff like that to me. Like when Mobe would invite me out and I would be like, oh no, I'm with my boo, whatever. I felt like, you know, I didn't understand. When I was around these girls, they always made me feel like the outcast. But then whenever I got a boyfriend and I would end up being up my boyfriend's ass, they would always judge me about it and talk shit about it. It's like, which one is it? Like, am I welcomed or am I not? Like, do you want me here or do you not? Because I'm confusion. And that's the thing, if you're around a group of people or anywhere that makes you feel so confused about your presence there, then you're around the wrong people. Because I should have never felt uncomfortable and confused around my friends, which I always have in this friend group. Like, I always felt like I didn't have a place. Everybody understood and loved and accepted each other, and everyone always just had an issue with me about me just being me. It wasn't even about personal shit. It was just about me being me. I want to get paid for my alterations, and now you're trying to diss me and tell me that I'm up my boyfriend's ass and I need to get off his DI, you know, KK, whatever, and whatever. Like, just coming for me. I forgot what else she said, but she was throwing a lot of jabs at me that had nothing to do with altering Fashion Nova clothes. So I'm just like, are you mad that you didn't pay me and I didn't alter the clothes and I had it for a few days? Or are you mad at me and my life? Because right now you're talking about me and my life, and I didn't sign up for this. Imagine that. Imagine you somewhere minding your business, and because you got a skill set, which niggas don't even respect, because these girls were always getting dresses made, going to get dresses paid made. People were never coming to me, but whenever they came to me, it was for something free. So imagine you're minding your business. Somebody wants your skill set and services, and now you're getting cursed out because they don't want to pay you. Now you're getting cursed out. Your business is getting thrown in your face. It's just the fact that people think they could just interrupt your life like that. Like, the mature thing to do would have been like, all right, if I'm not gonna pay her, let me just get my stuff back and go to somebody who I know would do it for me for free. Like, coming at me and attacking me in my life was so fucking uncalled for. Like, it was, even Mobe said it was uncalled for, because Mobe ended up being the one to come and get her stuff, because after the way she talked to me, I was gonna throw her shit out, but Mobe begged me not to. Mobe was like, please don't throw it out, please, 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 or whatever the case may be. Like, because Mobe, I guess, had promised her she was gonna come and get it, so Mobe felt like if I would have damaged the clothes or did something to it, she would have been kind of responsible, and that's why I didn't damage them. But me now, I would have threw them shits out, threw them, pissed on them, threw them to the cats for cover. Like, use these as your sheets, your bed sheets, like them big ass shirts, like, you know what I'm saying, make a house out of it. Like, that's how I was feeling. Like, I was really feeling like, stop playing with your kids, stop playing with the kid. So yeah, me and Isis end up arguing our asses off. I keep saying Mobe. If y'all are not familiar to the rest of the story times.
Hey you guys, it's Editing Sarah again. So what I wanted to say that I kind of forgot to say in the story, but like, now that I'm thinking about it, even though Mobe was like kind of trying to agree with me that like Isis overdid it, I felt like she was only agreeing with me because, one, she was trying to like keep me out of the mindset of the only reason why Isis has all this information about me and my current boyfriend is obviously from you. You know what I'm saying? Because who else would have told her? And at the time, I was so caught up on Isis and her disrespect that I wasn't even noticing. I was blindsided. I didn't even notice that, Mobe, you're a problem too. I don't know if she was being all like, oh yeah, Isis is wrong, to kind of like keep her cover, or if she just wanted to like have Isis's best interest at heart and get her clothes back for her. But either way, I just hate how much clarity I used to lack. That's why when we pray now, we pray to God and Allah, we need to pray for clarity. Have to. Because if your vision is clear and you have clarity, none of this fuck shit would be able to happen to you, around you. You would catch it real quick. But that's what I wanted to say. Back to the story.
Mobe is basically some shiesty friend I had, and if y'all want to watch that story time, I'm gonna put it right here. I think I put it earlier, but I'm gonna put it right here too. But you guys will understand more of the high school dynamic if y'all tap into that story time. But my Haras dolls, I need to remember to greet y'all, because I be saying, hey y'all, welcome to my vlog. I be forgetting to say Haras dolls. You know, that's our new tribe name, Haras dolls. Okay, and that's also the new discount code for my website. You can still use the Haras NYC, but the Haras dolls listed down below. You get 15% off on shop.theharasnyc.com. So use the Haras doll code if you're part of the tribe, so I can know how much of my tribe members are supporting me. And a lot of y'all have already supported me. Thank you for the people who have placed your order. Like I said, it's shipping out tomorrow. Everything is handmade, you guys. So but as far as the whole ISIS situation, it was kind of like, girl, why are you mad at me more than you're mad at Fashion Nova? Fashion Nova is the one that sends y'all piece of shit outfits. The little Shein and Fashion Nova, they send y'all crap, because they send me crap too. You know what I'm saying? When I order from them. But instead of having your plex with them, trying to get your money back from them or something like that, you over here trying to wow me up, like wow my life up. And it's like, you don't even know what I'm going through. And at the time, I was really going through some stuff in my relationship. So for her to just be throwing certain shit at me that I didn't even discuss with her, and I'm mad at myself, because I was thinking like, how ISIS know this stuff. And I probably was thinking Goldie, but I really was thinking it probably was Mobe, because they were closer. ISIS and Mobe were closer friends. So I should have been upset, like with Mobe. I should have cut the whole friend group off then and there, because why do y'all keep sharing my information? But that's how I said about not having clarity. Like, being lost and not having clarity would make you miss a lot of fucked up shit, because there's so much stuff that I be telling y'all about in story times now, and I'm just like, how did I not catch that back then? Like, y'all be in the comments like, girl, putting me on game, and I'm like, I know the game now, but I did not know the game before. Like, that's why I like to come here and tell y'all the stories that I've been through, so that I can make sure that y'all don't ever go through that stuff, because I was definitely blind. Like, I was letting so much happen that I shouldn't have, honestly. Like, let's really talk about it. But you guys, that is the end of today's story time. I gave y'all too many story times. Hopefully it came up to a long enough video. It's probably gonna be a little hour plus, but y'all know I love to give y'all long videos. I'm not one of them 10-15 minute galleys. I like to give y'all details so that I can understand what happened, so that I could really give me a clear point of view of everything. What I do want to say is that we are still on the road to 5K, you guys. I cannot believe it. We are literally only like 190 subscribers away. Like, I'm literally keeping count, y'all, from 5K. And when I see that 5.0K pop up on my screen, on my YouTube studio, we have a bus champagne. Because even though 5K may not seem like a lot compared to the 1 million subscriber girlies, let's just remember, we did that. We came up here together. We did that together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never have been able to do it without y'all. I love and respect y'all. Love and respect y'all. Adore y'all. And the fact that I'm even gonna see that type of accomplishment, as, you know, small as it may seem to me, it's like, I'm so proud. And I'm so happy. I'm proud of us. And I'm happy with the community that we're building. And I learned so much from y'all, and a lot of y'all tell me that y'all learned so much from me, and I just can't wait to learn so much more and grow so much more. So y'all know how I like to leave y'all off. I also want to leave y'all off by telling y'all one thing that I have been doing recently that has been keeping my spirits up, because usually when I'm overwhelmed like this, like I explained to y'all in the beginning, I get depressed very fast and I shut down. I'm not able to do nothing because I'm overwhelmed. But not only prayer, of course, prayer, okay? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. To God be the glory always. Okay, prayer. Not just reading your Psalms and reading your Bible scriptures, but actually sitting down and speaking to God has been getting me through everything I've been going through. Another thing that has really helped me out is just a moral of these story times and just everything I'm going through overall is just remove yourself. Remove yourself from anywhere and anything that does not serve you. And sometimes you're not able to physically remove yourself because you have certain situations that you're kind of stuck in a way. But you should still always just make sure that you love yourself enough to know that something that doesn't serve you will never grow you, and the longer that you remain in it, the more stagnant you're going to be, and you're never going to reach your full potential. You're never going to be able to receive the fruits of your labor and what God has set forth for you. So just remember, like, you can close your own doors. You can say no. You can take control of your life. Don't leave your life in anybody's hands, because the only thing they're going to do is deal with you like you're a puppy show, okay? And we're nobody's puppy show. HARASDOLLS ain't nobody motherfucking puppy show ever again. I used to be people puppy show. People used to have a string on my head and have me going like this. And once I realized that this is a situation I don't like and it does not serve me, I remove myself. And just always remember that God is guiding and you are following, and he's not, your God is not a confused God. My God is not a confused God. So if it's confusion, it's not of him, it's the motherfucking devil. Okay? Run the other way. And just take it easy. Just take it easy on yourselves. I feel like a lot of times, even me, I'm very hard on myself. And give yourself grace, because God gives you grace every day. I don't know who needed to hear that. I needed to hear it. I'm better at giving advice than I am at taking my own. But I'm about to finish these alterations, and I just want to say, if you're not going to do anything else, let's share and get us to 5K. I'm hoping to get there by January so I can send out my gift packages to my 5 winners. And if you're not going to do anything else, like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you do what? Always pour into yourself. Pour into your motherfucking self. And I promise I'm gonna do my face next time to come on here, because y'all probably like, this girl look like a naked mole rat. Like, I do with my eyes. Look at my eyes. But it's just so weird just looking in the camera with no lashes batting, like, because I'm always seeing the lashes. But nevertheless, y'all, thank you for being here with me. Bye. See you later. And remember, it's not on you, it's in you.